Hi, you're very welcome. And in this video, I want to show you basically how we're going to put all the pieces together from our different months. Down here, our annual summary, which we created in the last blog post. And basically, we're going to put it together to end up with something like this. Okay, and the idea will be is that you'll be able to choose a month from here and that all the other data will change automatically. So for this one, we're going to need to be able to show the total clients this month, the average age this month, and what percentage were inside the KPI this month. We'll also need to look at total clients in year to date, the average age year to date, and what percentage were inside the KPI overall at the moment. We then want to look at charts with kind of gender breakdown for this month, year to date, and then we're going to look at the percentage breakdown of KPI reasons for the current month, whichever this is, and then we're also going to look at it for the year to date. So we have a good bit of work to do, so let us begin. So I now have the two of them side by side. So what I'm actually going to begin with is I'm actually just going to background color here. Okay, and I'm just going to put in some background color because I found this actually works quite well. So go to home, and let's say I'm just going to put in maybe a nice pale green here in the background. Okay. Next thing I want to do is add a text box, which is going to be for my headings. So insert, and then I come over here and there's text, and there's my text box. And I just basically click and drag this to fit up here. I just type in dashboard for appointments within KPI, or for appointment KPI analysis might be even better. Okay, I'm going to resize that a little bit, and I'm going to click up here, go to shape format. I might just choose the shape fill. I might just choose a gradient here, maybe for example like a pale grey, and then I'm also going to make the font a little bit bigger and just decenter it. Okay, so that's my first bit done. Just get that up at the top, up here. Now the second thing I want to do then is I want to kind of have choose a month. So I type that in here. And I want to just make the background of that white. Maybe widen the column a fraction. There we go. And then I'm going to put a drop down in here for the month. Okay. So I'm going to go to my list sheet. I've got the months here. Now the months that I have in here must correspond exactly with the names I have on the sheet here. A lot of the formulas are built on that. So then I just go to insert and then I go to tables. And I click OK. My table has headers. And I'm just going to call this little drop down months. Okay. Now when I go back over here to my dashboard, click here, go to data, go to data validation. From the drop down, I choose list. From the drop down here, I choose list, and then I press F3, and there I have months done. So I click on months and I click OK. Okay, and then here, then you can see I have the little drop down on it. Okay. Now I might go up here to home, go to cell styles, and just choose an input one for that one. All right, so far so good. Now, what I want to do then is I want to put down total, put in my headings, total clients this month. What I'm going to do is I'm going to do my, perhaps maybe pick my heading 4 here for this one. Okay. And I'm just going to kind of repeat that then, just go client months here. Okay, so I've got them here. I'm just going to make them a little bit bigger. And what I'm going to do is maybe down a little bit, and then I'm just going to put a border on them. I'm just going to go all borders. Okay, there we go. Now, the next bit that I want to do is I want to put in the total clients this month. Okay, so the idea is going to be is that when you pick from here, from January, it's going to pick up the total clients for this month. Right, so I'm actually going to get this from my annual summary. Okay, because there it is, and that, remember, that's kind of linked. This is linked to this one, linked back to this one, and so on. So this is going to be my total, this one. And I'm going to use the H lookup function for this one. So basically match it on whatever heading I have here, and then it'll return the total here. So for this one, I just go up to formulas, this one, and the H lookup is one of these formulas where, there we go, where the data is kind of entered, essentially entered horizontally rather than vertically. So I click up here on my month, go F4, down to my table array, my annual summary. I basically highlight all the going across here to this one. There it is. I'm just going to F4 that again. And for my row index number, the row is going to be, let's say, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So it's going to be on row 7 is where the totals are going to be. So I put in 7 here. And then I put in 0, and then I click OK. Okay. Now, when I do that, it's saying NA because I don't have anything up here. So let me change it to January. It gives me 201. And I can say February 203. So let me have a quick check here. Yep, January 201, February 203. Okay. And what I can also do then is come up here and just wrap an if error function around it. So if it returns an error, I just put in 0 instead. Okay. Now I'm just going to do the same thing for average age this month, because I can also find that in my annual summary sheet down here, and I'm going to match it on it. So again, I go to my formulas up to this one, go down to age lookup. And again, I'm going to go back up to my month up here, F4 to lock it, go down to my table array, go to my annual summary, and again, I might just highlight the whole lot across, down to there, F4 to lock it. And this case, the average age down here is going to be here. So go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. It's going to be row number 9, and 0 again, and click OK. Okay, and I just go up here to home and just put that number, let's say down here to, whoops, always pick the wrong one, that one. And again, I can just put a little F error function around this, and then comma and 0. And that gives me the average age this month. Okay, now just for this last bit here, I want to find out the percentage inside the KPI this month. And I'm going to do this a little bit differently. So what I'm actually going to do is I'm actually going to go back to the months here, January. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to do the actual percentages here. So I'm just going to put down percentage here, go here to January. And remember, I can do my January, February, March, hold on my shift key, do the whole lot. I just go equals this divided by this one here, and F4 to lock it. And then if I just click up on the percentage, on my number percentage up here, percentage, there you go, and I kind of copy it down. And there you go. Okay. And then if I ungroup it, group January, there's 42%. Go across here now to this one, 68%. March within the KPI, all that one as well. Okay. So what I'm going to do now, all right, is I'm now going back to my dashboard again. It's going to say percentage inside the KPI. Now, if you notice for all of them, they're all in exactly the same position. Okay, they're all here in my S5. So I'm going to go back to my trusty indirect for this one. Okay, and I always like to have this, because it's one I only use once in blue moon, I always like to do it here. So what I do here is I just go equals indirect, and then I'm going to click on my month one here, F4 to lock it, ampersand, open quotation marks, and then my little, that's going to be the name of that. So basically what this is going to do is basically say, this is the name, the B3 is the name of the sheet, and then afterwards it says it's combines the two of them, basically it's the name of the sheet. And then what I want to do is, I'm just going to go back here now for a second. And it was actually an S5. So I'll come back up here to this one, S5. Oh yeah, I have an extra quotation mark up there, that explains it. Okay, so I just typed in there again. There you go. Change form of that now to percentage. And this gives my 68%. Okay, and I'm just going to go back a bit to February and just change it to March. Changes automatically. January as well. And again, I'm just going to put my if error function around it as well. Comma 0. So then if I come along to this one and let's say I choose a month that's not here, you see it returns 0 in that one as well. Right. So this is all I'm going to do for this first segment. As you can see, there's kind of a lot of work involved, but I'm just going to do it segment by segment. And then we're going to finish that off, and then I'm going to go on to the next one, which is this one over here, total client seen year to date, average age, this one, and then we'll go on to the gender one.